Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here and welcome to another installment of Scam Dictionary. I have a good amount of videos now in that playlist. I will link it up here and also down below if you're interested. And today we're going to talk about uplines and downlines. What are they? Why are they important? Which ones are more important than the others? Can you even say? This is gonna be an experimental video once again, as so many videos are in my Scam Dictionary series. But if you do like these types of videos, then please consider subscribing, leaving me a comment, leaving me a like. Let's get into the topic, shall we? We shall. Let's talk about uplines first. They're far fewer in number, but they're praised like inspirational kings and queens. Ruling with a hard hand, giving tough love, or ruling with a softer hand over their downlines. Uplines are the hardest working people in multi-level marketing companies. That is why they're successful, or at least that is the tale. An upline refers to someone who recruited an individual or multiple people onto their team. Because they recruited you and other people, they are above you in the MLM pyramid. Whether an upline is known for tough love or is ruling with a softer hand, the principle behind that is always the same. The goal is always to build a big team, recruit as many people as possible into your downline, onto your team, into your organization. Those people have to bring money into the organization, and then an upline profits off of these people financially. Since recruitment is especially encouraged in multi-level marketing companies, an upline will therefore also recruit the people on their team to recruit other people so that the downline can grow and also to purchase products. That is how you make money. Recruit as many people and spend money on the company products so that the people above you, your upline or your upline's upline, will profit off of you. And via recruitment, that is how a person makes primarily a lot of money in an MLM. You can also make a certain amount of money, commission if you sell a product or two, but the money in multi-level marketing companies lies in recruitment, and that is why this step is specifically encouraged. I believe that uplines have to be somewhat sneaky and manipulative, to use manipulative tactics, to recruit people onto their team and also to keep them on their team as long as possible. Whether an upline is aware of that manipulation or not, or was just taught to do so by their upline, that is the principle that we see over and over and over again. Most people join MLMs because they're looking for something, because they need something, because of certain vulnerabilities. Few people ever join an MLM if their life is good and everything is great and they're not looking for something. Mostly it is money, a sense of community, and a sense of validation. And that is why it is easier to manipulate those people into joining an MLM, into joining a team, into joining an upline, than people who are not looking for these things. If you're financially stable, it might not be that interesting for you to join an MLM. If you have a community of people around you, you don't have to pay for them to be in your presence, then it might also not be that interesting for you to join. And you know about the dangers of multi-level marketing, it is also likely that you will not join an MLM. And then the people that were recruited will knowingly or unknowingly use the same tactics to prey on people and on their vulnerabilities as well, because that is what they're being taught by their upline and by the system of people above them, of the people they look up to, because they're the successful ones. They must know the secret sauce. They must know what you have to do to be successful in an MLM. At some point, I would argue, if you're at the top of the compensation plan, if you were able to hit the top ranks in an MLM, you do understand the tactics and you do understand what is actually going on. And I do believe that you have to put up this wall of pretense. And in that case, I would argue you knowingly use tactics to recruit people and to profit off of them. For example, inflate the business opportunity. After all, over 99% of people across all MLMs don't make any money or lose money, so you have to make this business opportunity sound so much better than it actually is. You have to inflate the opportunity to get a paid-for car or a company car, which is not the case. You might be able to participate in a car program, but the car is never gifted to you and it is never a company car, and you might inflate the opportunity for people to go on free trips, knowing very well that the trips are not free. You have to hit certain requirements, you have to hit certain ranks, and then you're eligible to go on those trips. But they hardly ever cover 100% of the cost. And even in the rare case, if they do, you still have to pay taxes on the value of those trips when tax season comes around. In that case, an upline might also tell you that you will be compensated for hard work. If you work hard, you will get the money. And if you don't see success in your quote-unquote business, it is probably because you're not working hard enough or your mindset is off. And you have to do more personal development to be ready for success. To create residual income and generational wealth, although that is not possible for most people in an MLM. The majority of people in multi-level marketing have to pay into a system. They're the ones who have to bring the money into the system, and then the money is being funneled upwards to the very few people who were able to hit the top ranks. That is called statistics, and that is exponential math. Otherwise, this system would collapse. It wouldn't work if everybody was at the top of the compensation plan, if everybody was able to hit the top ranks. It is not possible for the majority of people in a pyramid scheme-based business, like MLMs, to be at the top ranks. The majority of people have to be at the bottom ranks, paying into the system so that the few people at the top can profit of them. I have a good amount of videos on my YouTube channel at this point where I debunk those lies and where I debunk those myths. And there is an entire anti-MLM playlist. If you're interested, I will link it up here. I speak specifically about the manipulative tactics that uplines or quote-unquote leaders or even the corporate side will use so that they can profit off of people. Leaders are being praised by their MLM and also by their downline, not because what they did, what they achieved, the ranks they hit and the money they make is probable, but because it is possible. An upline has to be shown around and has to be praised on conferences and on company get-togethers because that is what most people will aim towards. Most people don't join an MLM because they want to make a couple of bucks here or there, but because they're hoping for the big money, and it is probably also how it is being advertised to them. Leaders are being praised by their downlines and the company to show what is possible in the business model, not what is probable. And it has to be like this to keep the recruitment-based scheme afloat. People approach the business opportunity with logic and with facts. MLMs would die out. MLMs would crumble and MLMs would cease to exist. That is why certain few success stories have to be celebrated from the all-knowing and hard-working uplines they claim to be. Let's speak about downlines. The term downline refers to the people that were recruited into the system. So if you are in an MLM and you recruit people onto your team, the people that are on your team are your downline. Because you were there first and you recruited them, they're stacked below you and they build your downline, the lower levels in the pyramid. These are sort of the people who work under you. And although you're all independently contracted salesperson, you're still somewhat of their boss or of an inspirational figure, somebody who mentors them and is supposed to guide them through their MLM journey. A downline always represents income for the consultant who recruited them because they receive a percentage of their recruits' sales, purchases, and the purchase of the starter kits. It is a downline's goal to recruit, to become an upline, or else you're at the bottom of the pyramid and you will lose out on a lot of money. You can also be an upline and a downline in one person. The person who recruited you is your upline and the people you recruited are your downline. That is also very common if you're able to hit the middle ranks and if you're able to recruit a couple of people into your downline. That is what you might want to know about uplines and downlines. And to finish this off, just to be very clear, if you are in a multi-level marketing company and you are a downline, you haven't been able to recruit someone, you haven't been able to sell a lot of products, That doesn't have to happen because you're at fault, because you did something wrong. If you try to recruit people and if you try to sell a product, it is not up to you to decide who is going to sign up with you, who wants to join your team, and it is not up to you to decide who wants to purchase the products and who wants to give it a try. Uplines might tell you that because that is how they have to validate their own existence. You're not the hardest working person in the room. You're not the hardest working person in the company just because you were able to hit the top levels. If you are an upline and if you're able to make a good amount of money because you have a big team, it only means that you were able to join the company when the timing was awesome, probably when the company was founded or shortly afterwards, when most people didn't even know yet that it was an MLM, when the market wasn't yet saturated, and you were simply able to recruit a lot of people. That doesn't mean you're a hard worker. That doesn't mean that you're the hardest worker out there. It doesn't mean that you're working harder than the people in your downline. I find it important to also speak about this occasionally because people who are downlines who are not able to recruit other people are very often shamed. You're not working hard enough, your mindset is off. Give it some time and things will come to you, and once your mindset is in the right space, you will also be able to become successful. But that is false. The majority of people in multi-level marketing companies are in those companies to financially push money into the system, and they will not get a lot out. That is how the system is set up. Uplines are there to make money off of their downlines, and downlines are there to pay into the system so that their uplines can profit off of them. So don't get fooled by inspirational uplines, and don't shame downlines who are not able to rank up themselves. I would not encourage anyone to join a multi-level marketing company. In my opinion, most of them are financial scams. They're financial cults, and it must be a difficult environment to work in and to stay sane in there, financially sane, mentally sane. So this is my closing argument. Don't join an MLM, whether as an upline or as a downline. MLMs are scammy businesses, they're financial cults, and they're designed for the majority of people to lose money. Now, this video probably could have been a shorts or a Slack message or a PDF or an email, but I still wanted to film it for my scam dictionary just so that I'm able to give a more round picture of scams that are out there. At the moment, scams that are connected to MLMs, but other anti-scam videos will be coming soon. If you like these types of videos, please subscribe, give me a like, leave me a comment, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Tschüss!